Hey everybody, let's see who all hops on today, this afternoon, this snowy, cold day in Oklahoma. Grab me a Pepsi real quick to drink. Let me move that out of the way. How's everybody doing? Let's see if anybody hops on. I hope so, because I normally don't come on this early. Just see if anybody is there. Hey Sarah. Oh my goodness. I hit that button just a minute early to give people time to come on. It takes a while for that notification to go out. Hey Pam, I came over here to check on my laser, and I thought, it's kind of cold outside. I don't think I want to be over here late at night like I normally am. So I decided to come on early today. How's everybody doing? Hey Crystal. Hey Lorraine. We have some spitting snow. Ground's all white. Hey, Andrea, you got snow over there at Rocky Mountain? Thank you, Barbara. Hey, Pearl. Hey, Betty. I got another, hey, Suzanne. Another lighthouse in. This came from Decoupage Central. Oh, I bet that was fun, wasn't it, Nancy? Hey, Joni. I got to tell you guys a funny about Emma yesterday. I didn't tell you guys last night. She had her Bible out, or actually it was on her phone, and she was playing that we were in church, so I had sitting there with her. And she got down to reading a verse, and I said, Emma, what version or translation of Bible do you have? Because the words for John 3:16 were just a little bit different. Still meant the same thing, but it was a little bit different. And I said, what translation of Bible do you have? And she goes, Gigi, it's the Word of God. And I said, I know that, Emma, but what translation of Bible do you have? And she goes, Gigi, it's the Word of God. It's the Bible. And I had to laugh. I had to laugh. She kept me cracking up over the Bible. And I never thought to think that she probably didn't even know there is another translation. To her, it was the Bible. You got inches coming in Friday. School got out at 1 today. We ended up not having to get the girls because they ended up staying home with their dad. Jesse took off to stay with them. Ashley came to work and barely made it back to Tahlequah. She got stuck at one point. Isn't that right, Cindy? Out of the mouths of babes. I had to laugh at her because she was just so adamant. There was no way I was going to be able to tell her anything different. But I decided, as I was cleaning, I found this board. It's one Dollar Tree used to sell. I wish they would go back to selling these. Oh, Lorraine, she had to. I had to laugh. She had to. But I decided to go ahead, and I thought about doing it on the back, like that, and just putting it on a black background. But I think I'm going to leave it black, because it's black on the sides and the back. And I think I'm going to paint the inside and go around here in red. I think I'm going to do it black and red. I don't know why I want to do black and red, but I think I want to do black and red. And I'm going to use this Alizarin Crimson. And I need to find some scissors to open it up. Oh, yeah. She was reading about Nicodemus and changing the water into wine, and she has it down pat what happened. But I got so tickled at how adamant she was about what she was reading. I'm going to take this little tub here and put some of this paint in it. And I think that's pretty close to the color. This needs to be shook up some. I think it will too, the red around it. And I'm going to leave the sides and the back black. I don't know. I think I'll just leave them black. I think I'll just leave those black. But I'm not going to tear with a brush. I'm going to cut this so that it's straight. Or as straight as I can cut. I need to get room over here for my paper cutter. I've got one. I just don't have room for it over here. That's true. She knows it. And Layla was just over here. I had my phone in my lap, and she goes, Gigi, no phones while Emma's talking about God. And so I had to laugh. They both know. Hey, Juanita. But it is a cold day. Cold day. And I thought, I don't want to be out here tonight because, guys, I am so clumsy. If anybody's going to fall, it's going to be me trying to get over here at 8:30 tonight. Or stay over here and do it and then try to get back in the house. Because I'm a klutz. I am a klutz. Hey, Mel. Hey, Tina. But I decided to go ahead and come on early. I didn't know if anybody would show up because normally I don't come on this early. Let me get a little bit right there. Now I need to cut the bottom of this off. But I did put a link in for this paper. This is a beautiful lighthouse. A beautiful, bright lighthouse. Hey, Tina. Hey, Rhonda. Okay. It's going to be wider than long on the color. I got a little piece right here I need to cut off. Oops. Well, that didn't work very good, did it? Let me just get this pair of scissors. I dropped those, so I'm not bending over and picking them up. Let me get a little piece here off, and I got a little white right here. Okay, now I think we got it. So I'm probably just going to use my brush and do a wide stripe down that, and then just do a small one here and see how we go. But we're going to do the red on top. And I probably should have tried to take off this black. Let me dry it real quick. You have bad reception at the grocery store? Hey, Charlotte. How's Salisaw doing? I bet it's cold too. But I'm grabbing up some stuff so I can take it in the house so I can do my private group tonight. I'm going to try to take down some of this black. I guess when I did it, I was going to paint it black for a different project. So let's try to take it down. I'll give you an update on Jeff. He went to his kidney doctor this morning. And he is almost at that 1 year. And so next month he has to do a full annual appointment. And the doctor told him he is stable enough that he'll just have to go do that once a year. And then just keep up with his nephrology appointments to the VA. So that's good. What did I do with that sandpaper? Right here. I'm going to try to do a little bit more down here. It's coming off. I may have to put a couple coats on there. I wasn't even thinking about that black. Well, I just made a mess of it now, too. We may put a couple coats on it. Hey, Janet. How is it up in Indiana? Or Missouri? You're in Missouri. You guys have any cold weather or snow or ice? We normally get that ice. Okay, that covered it really good. That kind of made that black in it just look a little old. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's really good news. We're almost at that 1 year mark, and man, this last year has just gone by. Gone by. Make sure I don't get any of that red on the sides. I don't want any red on my sides. Let's just keep doing that. Hey, Peggy, getting ready for snow in the morning. You had ice. Oh, goodness. You know, we normally get ice, but this is like a dry snow. It's a dry snow. Jeff came over and put some salt on my steps here. Hey, Betty, how's it over in Springdale? Put some salt on my steps. We got some salt going into the steps going up to the house because we use our back door. We never use the front door. We always use the back door. Our front steps has about 7 steps to where our back door, where we can park, only has 4. So why not go up 4? Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, we're hoping this is a good year. We're hoping this is a good year. It has been a long year. Whoops. I got on the side right there. Wipe that down. I think this is going to be a pretty red. It's a deep red, and I kind of like how that black is in there. It kind of gives that side an old look. Even over here, an old look. You're expecting 6? Oh, goodness. Connie, that's a lot of snow. Oklahoma, it looks like the more south we go, like toward Fort Smith, there's going to get some snow. Shar told me they're supposed to get some ice tonight. Oh, wow, 16 inches. That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. I'm just not going to make this any more than a brush width down here. I may have to come a little bit more. And this one I know doesn't need to be very wide. Let me dry this real quick so I don't get it on my shirt. Snowy Vernon, Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. You're so tired of the cold weather, snow and ice. Oh, yeah, Cindy, that's good if you have some sunshine out. It's really dreary here. There's no sun out at all. I like the deep red. Let me get that bubble right there. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. And I know you can't really see it, but I'm going to come over here and do my inside edge. That may take 2 coats because I don't want it to be a kind of a cranberry color. It's not sewing there, but it's really dreary. It's coming down here. I mean, it's coming down lightly, but it's coming down. We very rarely get just snow. We usually get that ice first. You're supposed to get your snow tonight in Paragal. Oh, goodness. Now, is that north or south of Little Rock? I've heard of it. I just don't know which direction it is from Little Rock. It's a lot of snow. 6 to 8 inches to the top of his... Oh, wow. 15 inches. Well, I've got my boots on. They come all the way up to my knee, but there's no danger of we're getting that much snow. Kingston. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's let that dry. And I know I'm going to have to come down on my sides a little wider. Let me get a little bit more paint there. It's kind of iffy. Oh, from Canton. Cold. Now I may have came over way too much over here. But if it is, that's okay. We can paint some white over it. We'll dry it real good. It shouldn't be any more than that right there. And I think I need some more. I wish I'd have grabbed some calcium carbonate and made that into some chalk paint, but I didn't think about it. Hey, Beth. Mary Beth. Now, if we have cold days like this, I will go on earlier instead of later. It's just too cold for me to be out here. But the building's actually warm right now. Okay. I could have grabbed some tape and taped that off, but I didn't feel like looking. Whoops, I see a glob here. I see a glob. See a glob. Hey, Peggy. Thank you for coming on, Peggy. Normally I'm on at 8:30 night central, but it's just too cold. Too cold. But I am going to share an old video tonight. It'll be a full video. I hope I don't have to put a voiceover on it, because it seems like every time I download a video now, Facebook takes away the sound. Thank you, Cindy. I am going to put some white in the middle here. I'm going to lay my paper down to see how far I really came over and came out. Hey, Barb. Let's dry that up. Dry it up. Hey, Teresa. I think I may try to find a lighthouse cutout. I think that would be pretty. That would be pretty to have a cutout of a lighthouse. Make sure I get this dry because I don't want to get any red on my paper. Okay, now let's see how much damage I did. If I went over too far, I didn't go over far enough. Wow. Okay. We're going to put some more on. We're going to put a little bit more on. We didn't come over as far as I thought we had. Taking off that edge really made a difference there. We can put a little bit more on. Chile, South Carolina. I have never been to South Carolina. I've been to North Carolina, but I've never got to go to South Carolina. I've been to Virginia, both Virginias actually. But I've never gone all the way over. Okay. I don't know why that paint's not going in those pores right there. It needs to go in. It's like there we go. Now it's going in. Okay. I'm going to get just a little bit more here because it looks a little bit weak. And by weak, I mean a little bit light. Let's go ahead and dry it, and we'll put just a little bit more down here. Hey, Mary Tayo. Thank you, Cindy. I think it's going to be pretty. And I decided to go ahead and leave the outside black. I may decide to do something later on to it. But right now, let me just get this solid right here. Sometimes acrylic paint is like opaque. It's not really like chalk paint where you just get one and good. And I don't want it to look like a watermelon color, where it's a little translucent. That side's not too bad. I really wanted to go to Tony McGee's dad's funeral today. She's on my page a lot. Growing up, I grew up with Tony's sisters. Tony was older than I am, a couple years ahead of me in school. But her sister Leah and I were in the same grade. And I worked with her mom and dad at the school system. But her mom passed away in November, just right after Thanksgiving. And her dad passed away Sunday, and they had his funeral today. And it was just too cold for, and I thought I was going to have the girls. Well, I sent Haley the last one I did. She liked that one. And if she likes this one, I'll probably send it to her too. I may just take it out there with me. And surprise her. I usually send her something, for TJ. But this one's a really pretty lighthouse. I like the maps it's got on it. It's got the nautical maps on it. And it's just a pretty piece. So if you're into like lighthouses, I would definitely pick up this one. Yeah, definitely keep Tony and her sisters and her brother Bill in your prayers. In fact, Jamie's son is just a couple days younger than my twins. They were in the hospital at the same time. Okay, now let's check our paper. Still off just a little bit. Still off. The sides are okay now. Let me get it straight. I need just a little bit over here on the side. Not a whole lot, maybe like a brush width, a side brush width. But her mom was an art teacher at high school. I worked with her mom. And her dad actually is a distant cousin of my mom's. And we didn't find that out until years later. My mom, I think, was already gone when I found it out. I was doing genealogy on the Daughters of the American Revolution for my girls. And I was looking, and I came across my great-great-grandmother's name. And then I came across Jim's mom's name. I knew her. You don't live in a small town and you don't know everybody. And come to find out that we're cousins. And growing up, Tony's sisters and brothers resembled my sister and my brother and I. And so people just thought we were always related, even though we're just, we're Indian. We have a little bit of darker skin, really darker in the summer. But just that we're related. And so now it all makes sense. It's a small world when you really think about it. Real small world. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and paint some white in here because I want to make sure. Well, let me look at it real quick. We may not. We may not. Genealogy is interesting. It is. I got a message the other day from my great uncle, the only one I have left. It was his grandson. He's in his 50s. Oh, he may even be in his 60s. No, he's in his 50s, late 50s. Messaged me about a name that if I knew anything about this particular relative, and I sent him my information because his daughter's doing genealogy now. I've got a little bit of red that shows right through here, but I'm going to leave it because it's either going to be light or it's going to be dark. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it just this color because it is kind of that same color as that wood, and I think it'll be okay. Lots of times you want to paint underneath it, but sometimes you don't have to. It just really depends on your paper. I'm going to go ahead and put this whole coat on here. so that I can seal the whole thing up so I don't miss any edges. This is decoupage glue, and it dries matte. You don't even know you've got it on there. I'm going to go ahead and put it all the way in so I can seal off this paint. Let's just go ahead and get it in there, and you can't even see any brush strokes. You don't see any brush strokes. And somewhere I have a bottle of shells that I picked up, and I wished I could find them. I'm going to have Emma come look for them, because she's the one who found my jar of shells, and she put them up, and for the life of me, I can't remember where she put it. Oh, I got some wet paint on there. Wet paint. Let me get this wet paint off of here. I got a little red streak here. I must have had some wet paint on the side. There. I don't want to see that come up through my paper. You probably wouldn't see it, but what if you do? Okay, I'm looking in the light here to see if I got a good coat on the whole thing. It looks like I do. Okay, let me smooth it out. I'm going to have to get me another container of that. I've been using a lot of that. And let's go ahead and take this, and I'm going to lay it down as straight as I can. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. And here's my roller. I'm going to take this roller make sure I have any bumps in it. And we're going to go ahead and dry it, and then I'm going to iron it down just to make sure there's no wrinkles in it. Isn't it pretty paper, Deanna? Hey, Mary. A little clump of glue there. We're going to paint this out. We're going to let it dry. I might put some Would You Bend on it to make a frame inside of it. We may do that too. I may reach over here and grab some Would You Bend. I think that would be pretty on here. Let's get all on here. And I'm going to spray coat this one. I'm not going to put any of the decoupage glue on top of it. I'm going to spray this one really good with like a matte sealer. So let's get this good and dry. It takes just a little bit more for this to do. Yeah, actually there's not very many, I don't see any wrinkles in it at all. It actually looks pretty good, so I may not even have to iron it. What do you think, guys? Maybe a little bit of Would You Bend on it? And just put it around the edge here to frame that out. Let me look here real quick and see what I got. Let me see what I have. Let me see if I got a thin one here. I don't know if I have enough of this one, but let's just see if we have enough of this one. We might not. We'll look and see. This is just Would You Ben. Let's see if we can got enough here. You know, it's funny, when it's hot outside, we want some cooler weather, but when it's cool outside or cold, we want some warmer weather, and we just need to have it medium all year long. Just warm enough to go swimming. Let's see if it goes out. Hopefully we've got enough. And if it breaks, you can just put it together and it won't hurt it. We may have enough here. Yep, Beth, it sure is. I need to order some more of it. I like this one right here better than any of the others. I think we've got enough of it. I think I've used the other roll. Let's see, do I have my clippers here? Yeah, I do. I got it right up here. It is pretty trim. We may have enough. We'll see. We will see. I'm going to cut it a little bit long because, guys, I am not the best cutter of this. So if I cut it a little bit long, maybe we got enough. If not, then I won't waste it. Okay, I know both my sides are the same. Make it a little bit longer. Oh, I don't think we're going to have enough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's called Would You Ben. I have a link up in my the top of my page. If you go into my featured and you click over a little bit, you'll see all my links there. I guess I need to go ahead and get Linktree. As much as I hate to, I guess I need to go ahead and get it to keep all my links in one place. Do I have another little bitty? All I need is a little bitty piece. If I'm shy, I know I've got a little piece over there somewhere from the other night. Let's see, we're going to come about right there to right there. I mean, we are pretty close. I may have to find just a little piece to go in it. We're going to try it and see. I think I'm going to paint it black. Paint it black. And I am going to use some black chalk paint. Right here. Here's my black. Let's just go ahead and paint it up. And I'll have to find me another little bitty piece, because I know I've got another little piece over there, and I can just piece it in. And you'll never even know it. Let's get my sides of this woodgie bin done. This almost looks like a rope. Almost looks like a rope. Oh, thank you, Beth. I'm just using a really scruffy brush to get down into that ropey texture there. And let's just turn that one that way. I'm going to heat this one back up so it'll lay flat for me. Oh, thank you, Mary. Or if we have just a little tiny spot missing, I may put a star there. I think a rusty star would look cute on it. Or I can put a shell there. I'll find a shell and put over it. That way, if we don't have enough, I'll find the shells and put over there. I think it's going to turn out cute. Ooh, that's hot. My brush is hot. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Let's get this to lay out straight. I think that's what I'll do. If I have just a tiny space left, I may tear this place up and find those shells and stick on it. I don't think I have a mold that has a shell. I might though. May have to look. Might have to look. Ooh, my nose itches. Today I was glad that my daughter went ahead and moved her practice back to Fort Smith where she lives, because I know I would be worried sick about her and the boys driving home on this snow. Even though I miss not seeing them every day, I worry about their safety driving more than anything else. Hey, Terry Jarvis. All right, come on. Hey, Lisa. Let's get this one to lay out straight. And it doesn't take much to make these lay out. Like I said, if they break, they're easy to glue back together. If you guys could all spread this out, we've only got 73 people on here this afternoon. I know I'm not usually on, so my normal people are on. A lot of them, I guess, are at work. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. There we go. Whoops, I did a little bit right there. And let's get this one. Thank you, Barbara. Hey, Deb Hood. How is it at Brushy? Thank you, Terry. We might have enough. We may have just enough. We might have just enough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Look, somebody's followed us 703 days. Hot, hot, hot. That is hot. Okay, let's go ahead. I think my handle's about to fall off. loosening up the glue. Okay, let's go ahead and stay down there. I'm just getting some black on here. I think the black's going to make it pop around that. Even though that's got blue, it does have some black on the maps. Does anybody have any good Netflix series movie they're watching right now? Because if I'm going to be held up in the house for the most part, I'm going to have to find something to watch. Okay. I need to find something to watch. Let me put that in there. Let me grab a wipe to get this on my hands. Oh, I took out a whole bunch of them. I don't need a whole bunch of them. Let's get this paint off our hands. And let's go ahead and dry the paint. And let's see, where's my Titebond? Here's my Titebond. Teresa, have you ever tried to get on Monjaro? That is the one thing that has saved Jeff. I know that you can usually get a coupon if you go to the Monjaro website and get it a whole lot cheaper. If you find a coupon, and they always have coupons that you can use. But Monjaro took Jeff down to where his sugar is the most normal that it's ever been since he became diabetic. He tried Ozempic and he didn't really agree with Ozempic so much. But when they put him on Monjaro, which I wish they would have put my dad on Monjaro, my brother, it would have helped them so much with their diabetes. And it helped Jeff, you know, with his eating. It helped with his sugar. Yeah, Gail, I'm on because it is so cold and I didn't want to come out here late tonight. Because you know me, I'm a klutz. I'm a klutz. If anybody's going to fall, it's going to be me. It's a lot like that one, but the Monjaro has been great for Jeff. But yeah, if you'll send me a message, it'd be easier because I may miss your comment here. But just send me a message. You can on my business page, and I'll get you that name. Making sure these are dry because I don't want to get black on my paper. On my rice paper. Okay, I'm going to pull this one up. Get it in my trash can there. Oh, goodness, Gail. Terry, I think that's my middle name sometimes. You know, after I fell down the stairs, 2 surgeries later, I had one rough year then Jeff had a rough year. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's go ahead and let's just see how our pieces are going to fit. I might have enough left over from where I cut these off to make up the difference. I think that black is going to be pretty. Now, I always have to think about this because I want to cut this way, and I'm going to cut that piece there off. And I'm going to make it right even with that. So I got a little piece there I might could piece in. And then I want to take it and I want to move it that way, 45-degree angle. And let me heat it up because it's a little easier cutting it. You haven't fell downstairs, but careful when I go down. Well, I was going to go on late one night. And it was before I had this building. And Jeff said he wanted to go on with me. And so I was carrying a handful down. And I had my hands full. And the grandkids had been here and they'd playing. Oh, I didn't get that very, very angled. Let me do a little more there. And I tripped down the stairs. And when I went down, I went down. Now that one didn't cut very even because it's right on one of those humps. But I think we're going to make it work. And since I know that one's good, I want to use it as a measuring guide. And so our stairs go down, and then there's a little landing, and then it goes this way. And there's a big window, tall window that's right at the bottom of the stairs. And I had a big heavy bookcase at the end of the stairs. Well, it wasn't that close, but I fell into it. And I remember Jeff running over and him saying, "Are you okay?" And he was trying to help me up, and I said, "Don't touch me," because I knew I was hurt. And he took me to the ER. In fact, it was January 2 years ago. Took me to the ER, and they did a CT. Nothing broken, thank goodness. But then I got a phone call a couple of days later that said I had a complete tear in my rotator cuff. We're going to have to glue that little piece there on because it broke off. A complete tear in my rotator cuff. And I ended up doing a complete tear in my knee for the second time. We may have enough little pieces to fix that. We're going to have to glue that little piece on. Little tiny piece. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and glue it on now with a little bit of hot glue. Just to hold it. It just broke off. And let me get my glasses on. And so I ended up having 2 surgeries that year. And it was a rough year. All right, how'd that piece break off? That's not how it went. That's how it went. I'm going to leave that little piece off because I could fix that a whole lot easier. And so I ended up having 2 surgeries, and I had to have them like 6 months apart because you can't have my shoulder needed to be fixed first, and you can't really use a crutch when you've got shoulder problems. It just doesn't work. And so we did that in April. And then in October, November, we did my knee. And it's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm a klutz. I'm like my grandmother. I'm a klutz. Yep, Connie made me a bubble jacket. And gave it to me at Canton. And believe me, there's been a time or two I wish that jacket was handy. You never know. I don't think Carrie told everybody the other night. We didn't say anything. But come June, we're going to meet up in Canton. We don't know yet if Tracy's going to get to come. But we rented a place in Cabot, Arkansas. And it's close enough for us to all meet up. Not far for Char to drive. About 2 hours for me and Sheila. But we're going to have a little get-together. Oh, yeah. I agree, Teresa. I agree. I agree. I can't believe I've been on almost an hour. I usually don't come on an hour, but I want to get this done. And I want to make it pretty. Yeah, we're going to have fun. We haven't really got to spend a lot of time with each other other than a day or two here and there. Now, I see Sheila a lot more than I do the others. Only because she lives closer to me. All right, this is the one that broke at the bottom. Let me see if I can trim it a little bit. That's hot, hot, hot. I might be able to trim this bottom just a tad. You are 2 hours from Canton? No, we're 2 hours from Camden. Camden, Arkansas, Betty. Just a little bit north of Little Rock. Camden. I wish I was 2 hours. I'd be in trouble if I was 2 hours from Canton. There, I think I can make that work. It'll be close, but we'll make it work. I wished I was 2 hours from Camden. Yeah, we live in Oklahoma. So I live on the Arkansas line, and Sheila doesn't live but about an hour from me. And that's mainly due to traffic. And then Char is in Prescott. Where does your dad live at, Teresa? Yeah, Cabot, Arkansas. C-A-B-O-T. Cabot. Okay, I'm going to see how if I can fudge that just a little bit. And fudge that one just a little bit. Cabot. North of Little Rock, your favorite George Strait song. That's funny. On the line. Yeah, we live right on the line. I mean, it's a little town called Stillwell. You can literally get to Arkansas line in about 4 miles at one point. You have family ancestors in Oklahoma. Depew, about an hour from Tulsa. I think that's a little north. Ooh, that's hot. A little north of Tulsa, maybe? North and west? Or north and south of Tulsa? A little bit of wood glue right there. Okay, now we're going to see if we can get our long pieces cut. Your daughter's in Stillwater. Stillwater is about a 4-hour trip straight east. Straight east of us. Oh, you live in Cabot. Well, Claire, you never know. We may have a little get-together. We're looking for some good thrift stores in and around Cabot. Oh, that's hot. My little dryer gets hot. Okay. I think this is going to work. So let's do this one. Come down a little bit. That way. And that's going to line up. we're going to do this one this way. This is probably the best little gadget I've ever bought. And we're going to come in and we're going to just take a little tiniest that we can take off of it. And we're going to be just a little bit short. There was no way around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave this lower corner a little bit short. And I'm going to find a shell, a seashell, because I know I've got some here. In a little bottle. I mean, I can see the bottle in my head. I may have to call Emma and see if she remembers. You have relatives that live in Russellville. We had a coach at Stillwell that came from Russellville. Coach Snow. I really did like Coach Snow. Because it's going to be a little bit off. This was our shortest piece. Nope, that was our longest piece. It was still a little bit short. So I'm going to have to put a shell right here. Gosh. We're going to have to put a shell right here. Have to put a shell. And I'm going to hold this down and try to dry it. I think the black is really setting it off. But we're going to dry that glue. I'm going to stand up here, guys. Oh, she has almost a photographic memory. I told her the other day she has a memory like an elephant. She doesn't forget anything. Let's go ahead and lay this one out. I've got some pieces here I can probably use to make this a little bit longer. Now this is a short one. They both were a little short. All right, let's go ahead and cut one end off of one of them. And I'm going to take the smallest bit that I can take. It's going to go that way. And we're going to come right there. And then I've got this little piece right here. And it actually has the right way to cut it on here. And so I need to cut this straight just a little bit, and we can put these together. That's straight, yeah. I need to cut off about, let's try that much first. We'll cut a little bit at a time. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Okay, let's get that straight. And let's straighten up this end just a little bit. Is that 45? Oh. Yeah, it's 45. Let's straighten up that end just a tad. I mean, just a tad. Okay, I think I've got it where it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Put a little bit of glue right there. Because we're going to butt those two pieces up together. And then we're going to paint over them, so any kind of the wood that's showing, it'll camouflage it. We won't see it. Okay, let's put it right there. And I'm going to heat that up just a little bit so I can maneuver it, where it's not so stiff. And I might have a little piece down here we can fit it with. We'll see. We may have a little piece to fit. We'll see one of those little Japanese beetles. Hope it didn't come over and hit me in the eye again. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. All right, let's see if this is going to fit in really good. I think it is. It's even got the same little line. Boy, I made a mess of that brush. Make sure I wash that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. Now I know you can't see me here. Let me bring you back. I'm going to stick this right here. And I'm going to heat it up just a little bit so I can maneuver that. Where these two pieces will glue together. Okay, let's get a little bit of black paint. Okay. Now, you can see up here where I put a small piece right here, and that little line, I was able to match up that line, and we got it all up in here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on those cuts so you don't see that cut part, like the brown part right there. And we'll put a little bit down here. But I am going to try to match up this little tiny piece right there. We'll see if we can get it on there. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know if I got enough here to do, but we're going to try it. Sometimes you just need a little piece. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see. If that's going to go in there. Uh-oh. I lost my piece. I lost my piece. Okay, piece is gonna go right there. Gosh, I hate to cut this if I don't know which way I gotta go. Okay, that's gonna go like that. And that needs to go up that way. Okay, I think this is the right way. I think. It's just a little corner piece we need. And nope, that's the wrong direction, but we got enough here. Okay. That piece goes right there. We're just gonna cut this piece. If I can't fix it right here, we're gonna just put a shell on it. Nope. We're gonna have to put a shell on it, looks like. So I don't think I can cut it. Don't think I can cut it that small. Goes like that. None of my pieces are big enough. Nope. Well, all my pieces are crumbling here. We're just going to have to put a shell on it. So I will look for a shell because that's just too much work. I'll find a little shell and put down here, or I may see if I have a mold for an anchor, or I may even cut out a little anchor out of wood because I know I have an anchor. I'll just make it real small and put a little anchor right here. I think that would be cute. What do you guys think? Maybe a little anchor, or if I can't find a shell. But I think that turned out pretty cute. I think that really set it off, and it kind of tied in our black out there, and all of our corners have matched up good except for right there we were a little short. But that's okay. You don't have to have all of it. You can always improvise. Always improvise. Anyway, everybody, this is what I had. It took me a whole hour to do today. But you guys all have a great evening. I hope you guys can all stay warm today and off of the slick roads. And we'll see you guys all later, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.